Welcome aboard Rocket Ship, the platform with the most relevant content for competitive examinations. This is our series on answer writing practice for Civil Services Mains Examination. And today again we'll take up a question in GS Paper 1 of Civil Services Mains Examination. Let us begin with reading the question, that is, discuss the significance of the animal motif in the Indian art, mythology and architecture. So what we have to do here, we have to discuss how animals appear in the Indian mythology, art and architecture, and also what are the significance of their appearance in Indian art, architecture and mythology. Actually, a similar question has been asked by the commission, by UPSC in the year 2022, where they specifically asked for the depiction of lions and bulls in Indian art scene. However, here we will widen up on that idea and discuss the appearance of animals in general, not only lions and bulls in Indian art, architecture and mythology. So how do we introduce your answer, or like how you introduce your answer? You can, for an example, begin by writing that Indians cultural practices mean that animals are often depicted in Indian art, mythology and architecture. So what are those practices? For an example, it is nature worship. We know that the most of native Indian religions are nature worshippers. They worship nature as divinity. We also have the cultural idea of reincarnation, where a person could have been born an animal in the past, or he may again be born as an animal according to his karma. Anyway, as the adjoining graphic shows, that animals in Indian art and architecture appear during various phases. Going back to Harappa, where we have the examples of seals and animal figurines. Coming to Buddhist art, we have an iconic representation of the Buddha and the Jataka tales, where animals are characters themselves. We also have the example of Mauryan art, and which is well known, that animal capitals, that is the top part of Mauryan pillars, have animals depicted on them. Then we have Jainism, where animal symbols to depict the Tirthankaras. The Jains have a particular practice where some animals are used to depict some Tirthankar. We also have the example of Brahminical art, where we have theriomorphic deities, that is animals as deities, where deities in the form of animals are worshipped in Brahminical religion, the Brahminical sect. So coming to Harappan period. In Harappa, we have the prominent example of seals. Where, for an example, the Pasupati seal, the unicorn seals and bulls, etc. all have animals depicted on them. We know sufficient about Pashupati seals, where animals appear right under the figure of the deity who is in yoga posture. So a number of animals appear on the Pashupati seal. We also have the examples of unicorn seals, rhino seals, rhinoceros seals and bull seals, etc. in the Harappan period. Not only on seals, but animals are depicted in other materials also. We have the example of the terracotta bull, which is a very stylized and quite significant specimen of Harappan art. We also have the bronze buffalo, bronze buffalo bull from Damabad. We know that Damabad is a Harappan site in present day Maharashtra, and from where we have excavated a bronze buffalo bull. So we can say in general that Harappans had animals depicted on their art and architecture, on their sculpture actually, and also seals. Coming to Buddhist art and mythology, here it's very significant because in the Orthodox Buddhism, actually in the purer form of Buddhism, we have an iconic representation. That means the Buddha is not depicted in person but rather through some, you can say, some motive. For example, we can give the example of the horse. Buddha's personal horse, Kanthaka. Anyway, Kanthaka represents the great renunciation or Mahabhiniskramana. The Kanthaka the horse depicts the great renunciation or Mahabhiniskramana of Bhagwan Buddha. Also, we have the example of Jatakas where animals themselves appear as characters, as we have already discussed. We can give the example of Chhadant Jatak, where the Buddha is said to have been born as a noble elephant. In Chhadant Jatak, Chhadant was the prior avatara of Buddha or prior reincarnation of Bhagwan Buddha, where he was born as a noble elephant. Coming to Mauryan art and architecture, we have animal capitals. It's well known that the Mauryan pillars had animal tops or animal capitals. And what is significant that these animals, when they were depicted on some particular pillar or so, they actually represented some idea. The animals represented some particular idea, of which we can give the example of Sarnath lions. The 4 lions depict the idea of Chaturdik Vijay, Chaturdik Dhamma Vijay, or the victory of Dhamma all around. So these 4 lions of Sarnath pillar depict the Chaturdik Dhamma Vijay, the idea of Chaturdik Dhamma Vijay. We can also give the example of Rampurva bull from present day Bihar. Also, not only on Mauryan pillars, animals have been depicted stand alone also, as in Dholi elephant, and also procession of elephants at Barabar, and so on. Coming to Jainism scene, as we have already discussed that in Jaina art we have animal symbols to depict particular Tirthankaras. Animal symbols have been used in Jaina art to depict particular Tirthankaras. For example, Bhagwan Rishabh Dev Ji, who is considered the first Tirthankaras by the Jainas, is depicted by bull. Bhagwan Parshvanath is depicted by multi-hooded or many-hooded serpent or snake god. Bhagwan Mahavira is depicted as a lion. So we can say that even Jaina art had animal symbols appearing in there. Coming to Brahminical iconography or the Orthodox Hinduism, we have theriomorphic deities. What theriomorphic deities means? Animals as divinities. As divinity, animals are depicted as gods or deities themselves. We can give the examples of the Varaha and Nrisingh. The 2 avatars of Bhagwan Vishnu are examples of theriomorphic deities. We know that at Varaha, at Aran we have a colossal statue of the Varaha from the Gupta period, and the another famous statue of Nrisi from Hampi of Vijayanagar period. So we can say that even Brahminical iconography had animals depicted because of the practice of worshipping theriomorphic deities. We also have the practice of vahanas, or where deities had their mounts as animals. What is significant that the vahanas convey some idea. For an example, we can take the example of base Nagar pillar and of Vidisha, which we know was erected by Heliodorus. Anyway, the base Nagar pillar, what is significant that even before deciphering the inscription on the pillar, we knew that it was dedicated to Bhagwan Vishnu. Why so? Because the base Nagar pillar's capital had Garuda depicted on it, and we know that Garuda is the mount or the Vahana of Bhagwan Vishnu. So we could say that the base Nagar pillar was dedicated to Bhagwan Vishnu. So Vahanas actually appear as proxies to the deity to which they were connected. Coming to secular art and mythology of India, we have the example of great fables. What are fables? Fables are pieces of literature in which we use animals to convey moral lessons. And two of the most famous fables of India are Panchatantra and the Hitopadesha. So, to sum up, we can say that due to particular cultural practices of Indians, animals have been regularly depicted in Indian mythology, art and architecture. Going back to the time of Harappa, when we have the examples of animal seals and also stand-alone animal sculptures, coming to the time of Mauryan period when we have animal capitals, and also the Brahminical practice of theriomorphic gods, animals appear quite frequently in Indian art, architecture and mythology. Also, the secular Indian literature, for an example, the great fables have animals as their central characters. So, this is how we wrap up this question. Meanwhile, you go through your notes, revise your notes, and in fact, always try to do some answer writing practice, because that is the only thing that will take you through. ये जो अकेली चीज़ है जो कि आपको इस एग्ज़ाम में बचा सकती है. एनीवे, दैट वाज इनफ ऑफ सरमन शेयर. काफ़ी उपदेश हो गया. हम लोग जो है आज के लिए यहीं पर रुकेंगे. वी विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. थैंक यू.